There are hundreds of targeting options on Facebook, and they are adding more all the time. You can target by basic demographics such as location, languages spoken, and education, where they live, their politics, religion, relationship, status, age, and occupation, but also by deeper methods such as hobbies, entertainment, business industries, and more. Plus, there are advanced targeting methods such as lookalike audience that will let you target an extremely specific group of people, and website traffic that will target to people have recently visited your website. If you already have an existing user base of some sort, such as an email list, phone number database, you can import it into Facebook and let them match the data to as many of their user profile as possible. This will help you target people you have already done business with or connect with in the past. Lookalike audience are also great if you have an existing user or traffic, because you can not only target the people who have visited your website or subscribed to your email list, but also to profiles that are extremely similar to those people. This extends your reach beyond your own network, but still allows for fairly tight targeting. You can also target by location. So if you have a brick and mortar location, or if you know your product appeals to people in specific area more than others, you can narrow down this way. For example, if you are selling products specifically for German citizens who have moved to other countries, you want to target just those countries that have a high German immigrant population and not Germany itself. Or if you are selling a class on speaking Spanish for French speakers, you will want it to target France and perhaps the French-speaking areas of Canada or other countries, but not Spain or Mexico. This can even be used to exclude certain areas, which can be helpful if you got a lot of fraud from a certain location, or if you know the traffic from certain places converts terribly for you. You can target by age and gender, but unless you are absolutely certain of your demographics, you might want to leave these open. For example, you might be targeting women's lingeries as to females, but later discover that males tend to buy more of your lingerie for their partner or themselves than women to do for themselves. In that case, you have missed out on a lot of traffic and sales. You can let the targeting work its magic and fun target users without focusing on age or gender. You can target by the language they speak, which is very helpful if your material is in a specific language, or if your marketing language services. Finally, there are more detailed targeting. However, you can target things like interests, behaviors, or more. You can target by education level, field of study, ethnic background, housing status, interests, hobbies, what they buy, what they read, and so much more. It's a good idea to really go through all the targeting options available and look for those that might fit your target demographic. For example, if you're selling pet supplies, you will want to target pet owners, and you might also want to target people who like a cat fancy or dog fancy magazine, people who like the American Kennel Club, and the people who like a Pet Smart. If you're selling cars, you might want to target people who bought their car more than 3 years ago, as they will probably be the most likely to buy a car. You might also want to target young people under 25 who have never bought a car before. Remember this handy little model that you can use to figure out who you should be targeting. This person would do this, but no one else would. For example, your target audience member should read a cat fancy magazine, but no one else would, meaning no one except someone who really likes cats would be likely to read it. It's critical to know as much as possible about your target demographic, so take every opportunity you can to learn more about them. How to find your target. it can be tough to figure out exactly what type of interest and page to target if you're not extremely well versed in your niche. Let's say you're targeting the gold niche, but you're not a big golfer yourself. You obviously target fans of a PGA Tour and probably some of the big golf club brands, and of course a few of the biggest names in golf from yesterday and today. But who else? You will need to dig deeper because you want to target only the most die-hard fans of golf in order to keep conversions high. Let's say you target Tiger Woods. How many of his ads fans are die-hard fans of golf? Quite a few, I'm sure. But there are probably also people who follow him only because he is a big name and because of the scandal he was involved. They might not even be interested in the game of golf itself, just the individual. So it's a good idea to drill down as far as you can. Remember the motto, this person would do this but no one else would. Research your niche as thoroughly as possible so you can find out what people in your target niche will be interested in, but no one else would.